Hey everyone, welcome to the video. There was a lot of waiting this season so far, with a bunch of people getting boost nodes or saving for 5-year stuff. This account here picked up lasers, and if you caught our last stream, also got flare for a few ranks. But the main thing we're going to show today is, well, we got Rudy. And it wasn't an easy choice to make. We had to think quite a bit about what's best long term. We really thought Cavon could be the way to go. But thinking again, Rudy with his bombing run can do a lot of stuff. So we'll show a few hits. So first off, we got a 4 ER. Not a lot of defense boost, only 50 BH, but he has a bunch of offense to back it up. It's funny seeing so many 4 ERs ranking up, even hitting diamond as late as 4 days in the season. But big thing about Rudy is he doesn't care about those gaps, you can just fly right over them. And these bases with not a lot of defense, I like taking a lot of HCs. Mainly because if you have HCs, then they can protect Rudy. And here we'll even use warriors just to clear the left side a bit faster. Again, we don't have heavies until very late in the season, so those HCs are spawning level 1 heavies. So the main idea is just clearing one side. In this case, you have 2 ERs in the corner. But since Rudy flies over the gap, you can save his bombing run for it. You can shock the Doom Cannon once, and do one more flare just to get everyone in the corner. A bit risky with Rudy and his wingman. He does spawn them every few seconds, but you can always get unlucky with the boom cannon shot. But after you kill a few buildings, again with any other troop you have to walk all the way around the gap, but not with Rudy. Here we even flare the cannon, just a building that can get some good damage on the ER. We did pick up 100 troop damage, so at 4 ERs I think most times it should one-shot it. And here we're flaring the last one. So 4 ERs normally are a slow kind of time, but through Rudy you can get 240, 250. We'll pull a 253 here. I think it is another great way to counter the people who went 4 ER with so many boosts. If you haven't checked out OP's stream, I think he did a few days ago, pushing diamond with Rudy and at 4 ER. So we decided to do something similar, but still going 5, getting flare, and then back for some troop damage and the hero. And looks like a win. And on this, another 4 ER, this time with a lot more defense. 110 building health and building damage. So it'll be a tougher hit, but still using Rudy for big advantage. We can go from the right side because the ERs are separated. I do like taking HCs with lasers. It does seem to play a lot better than rifles. Especially since we don't have any troop health, so if you have rifles, they'll probably die in just a few seconds. HCs aren't unstoppable either, so you have to watch out for cannons, boom cannons. But like Rudy, they can fly over gaps, so I guess there's more advantages there. Here we want everyone to go up front, so we can flare the machine gun and shock. Do have to watch out for rockets. Even a couple shots can kill a bunch of lasers. So we'll shock one more time, and we can just let them go. Rudy goes over the gap, maybe we'll do a bombing run. We do have to watch out just a bit. Sometimes if there's a lot of cannons behind, you can snipe him. It's just really eyeballing whether there's enough protection for Rudy. Here we'll flare just a bit in the middle, using lasers for this ER, and then we can flare the last one. Another thing picking up the 2 ER boost nodes is I also got GB for 1 key. So we made that to tick 4, and it also helps a bit. More shocks and bombing run. And you can see right there with the last update, some people might call it a bug, but it's more so whenever he hits the edge of the map, he kind of just stays there. So it's something to watch out for. So if you ever pop his ability and there's a gap right there, he could stall right at the border of it. And that works whether it's at the end of the map or even a normal gap. It looks like we'll beat this guy using Grins and move on to the next hit. Here there's a 5 ER. Looks like he has shock launchers and mines. No building damage yet. But because no building damage, I think we'll take some rifles. And a medic just in case the rifles get some damage from flames or rockets. And I think Rudy helps a lot with these kind of hits too. He can go over the gap on the right side, and you can even flare the last couple ERs. We will shock the splash once, and kind of see where Rudy goes. Here we want him a little bit to the right side. Don't have barrage yet, so gotta worry about those mines. But maybe you can flare something on the left and keep Rudy on the right. So we flare this cannon and should be a good split. So he's gonna take care of that one ER and the lasers for the rest of them. He almost one-shots it, so if you have a bit more troop damage, he might be able to. It does scale a lot with Rudy, so the more troop damage you have, the stronger his bombing run is. And that's I think another benefit of getting all the troop damage stats. At 5 ER you can get from I think 100 to 200, so it's a real big jump. Here we got a good split, but we just flared a bunch. Can still get a decent time. Looks like 239. And we'll see if it's fast enough. One thing we're missing is shock launchers and building damage. But in this case, looks like it's enough. One thing during our push was facing quite a bit of secret players. And that might be an issue if you go this path, at least short term. We probably lost to half the secret players since we don't have any shock launchers or building damage. So if they have enough offense boosts, they should be able to rip through the base. I still don't think it's good long term since once we do get shock launchers and all that defense, there's not much they can do. Maybe rush ahead for 6 ER and stuff, but that's a lot of keys that way. And now we match a diamond player and a really dirty base. 50 building health, 160 building damage. Even got a damage amp over there. So we'll try doing something from the left. Almost just using Rudy as a main damage dealer. Since he has no offense stats, if we get a few ERs, hopefully that's enough, but we'll see. Still taking one rifle just for some cannons up front, and then delaying the rest of them. Whenever I pop his ability, I like to wait until he has those 6 wingmen around him. Just something more to keep him alive. Here it was a little risky. There's a lot of cannons, boom cannons there. And we might send one more flare in the corner, just to keep a good angle on Rudy. Don't think we needed both of those shocks, but we'll get a good angle here. Look at that shock launcher, a bunch of boom cannons. It almost even killed the other rocket. Did lose a good bit of lasers, could be enough though. Just have one bow and it's going to clear the last few machine guns. Hopefully that shock launcher. And it was a bit unlucky with Rudy dying, but if he was alive we could just kill that doom cannon. We gotta flare that machine gun and I think just hope the DC goes down. A couple HCs left and 2 lasers. So really dicey hit, but I'd say not too bad without any troop health and only 100 TD. Can go in the corner just to get away from everyone. And speed up the rest of it since it's just level 1 heavies and a couple lasers, finishing 5 ERs. But still a bit intense waiting since he's also slowly clearing ERs, but if we get more than him then it should be a good amount, with this guy being in diamond. But eventually we did finish, barely a few seconds to go. And looking at him, he might fizzle out, 2 HCs up top and HCs on their own don't do a lot of damage. Especially if you don't have troop damage to go along with it. So that's a good win, 15 stars. Here a rank 18. Looks like he does have building damage, but no shock launchers yet. I still would want to go from the right side, and we'll bring in a few rifles, medic. Again, those mines are annoying, so really thinking about getting barrage next. It's probably either that or some troop health. Only problem with troop health is there's one that's right there at 3 ER, though if I could, I'd rather wait for the one that's just 1 key. Get some building health along the way. We will shock that rocket, and I think Rudy has a good angle. His bombing run does clear mines now, so that's kind of a new feature. Let's see how much mines he clears, and I think a fair bit. It's probably the main reason that had lasers alive there. That ability probably wasn't needed. Got some lasers on the bottom, and I think once this middle ear goes down, you can just flare the last one. Those rockets still do a bit of damage. He has building damage and we have no troop health. And this time I liked flaring that flame just to get a better angle on Rudy. I think he does more damage with his bomb stuff. And we'll finish off with a 246. So as people get more defense, sure it's a bit tougher, though we can also get offense to back it up. I haven't seen many people with Cavon who's competing with those times. They get close, but I do think a good Rudy hit should be faster. And if you already picked up Cavon, don't think it's a bad option to go back for him. Sure, you're taking up a few keys, but we're gonna have to go through tanks anyways, so you're only missing out on 20. And speaking of that, that's rank 20 for us, so we'll get that chest. And now we can make that choice, getting troop health or barrage. I think we will go with barrage because it's also closer to shock launchers, and I think we'll need that to try to defend against other seekers. But at least for this account, and even at rank 1, I think Rudy is the way to go. He feels safer, faster, and probably a good option for the rest of the season, even using lasers or bombers at the end. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.